Another day, another story. Hi friends, today in this video we will talk about the law of assumption, but before we do that, please like the video, because it helps to convey information about what the law of assumption is. You know, when I first heard about the law of assumption, it was from Neville Goddard in one of his lectures. But it made sense. Everything I've shown up to this point has been like this because I assumed it would happen. I assumed that it would manifest itself in my life, and it did, and so I began to study the law of assumption more deeply. We've all heard about the law of attraction. What is the law of assumption? Simply put, the law of assumption is the fact that the universe will manifest to you everything that you assume will happen to you, and it's so simple. But a lot of people have a hard time. And a lot of people have a hard time because of this. Throughout our lives we are taught to see it, to believe in it. We are taught to put it out of our heads and stop imagining. We are taught to believe only in what we can see physically, and not in our head. But the problem is that if you give up this belief, and that's all there is, it's a belief that what someone has passed on to you by inheritance, if you refuse it, nothing will manifest in your life. The only thing that will manifest in your life are the things that happen in your life, and this is called the cycle of reality. You will constantly manifest the same old things over and over and over again, because you see it, recreate it, and then see it again and recreate it again. But here's the thing, nothing created by man in this world has happened with this faith. The faith to see it and believe in it is nothing. Your phone, your computer, your car, your building, your house, your faucet, your tap water. Everything created by man was created from the opposite of seeing it, or believe me, they didn't see it physically. Because it didn't exist, they saw it in their head, they imagined it in their head, and it just proves that seeing it to believe that it's vicious. And therefore we must realize this if we want to manifest and use the law of assumption. To see it, to believe it is physically flawed, and if you stick to this mindset, you will constantly create and manifest the same old. Nothing new will enter your life. Every great inventor saw something in his head, every one of them, before it manifested. We are people, we are good at it, we are able to create anything we want, we have all this power. But we continue to create everything in the old way, the same amount of money, the same job, the same love, the same life and the same health, and it's time for us to be free. Based on this, and we can use the law of assumption, so the first thing to do is to get rid of the setup that you should see this, to believe it. You have to see it physically before it manifests, because that's not how it works. Just look at everything in your life, at everything in your home, and realize that such thinking is wrong. It is very wrong, so most people do not use the law of assumption. Because with the law of assumption, you have to literally assume that something is happening. You have to assume that you are living in this life now. So let's say if you want to create a business or show a lot of money, health, love, or something else, you just want to show a lot of something. But you don't have enough of this in your life. 99 people are going to do it. They will imagine how they get a lot of money, a lot of love, or a lot of health. They will feel good during the visualization, they will see it in their head and feel happy. And then they'll come out of the visualization, and what they're going to do is they're going to focus on the life they have now. It may not happen right away, they may feel good for a day, 2 or a week, but after a while they will begin to concentrate on their life, which they have now. And this will create their endless cycle of reality, which prevents them from expressing their desires to people who manifest anything in their lives. Whether it's big money or winning the lottery like Cynthia Stafford, Shane Missler, or Mark Cotton, or if it manifests itself in big business like Jeff Bezos or anyone else you can think of. This is because that they believed in their vision more than in the outside world. They assumed it would happen, because when you assume something is going to happen, you're not looking for it. When you assume something is going to happen, you don't want to give up, you don't want to end it, because you know, no matter what happens, as long as you keep going forward, it will happen. Just as you assume that you will wake up in the morning, just as you assume that when you plant a seed in the ground, it will germinate. You have to assume that your manifestation will happen too, so when you visualize your desire to embody it in your life, you have to find a way to get out of this visualization, but also to ignore reality in those parts that you don't want to see in your new reality. And it's hard, and it's true that it's hard. And I won't embellish it. If it wasn't difficult, then everyone would have the desire they want, especially those who know about the law of attraction and know and manifest their reality. But there is a reason why these videos exist, because people need lessons and people need to relearn again and again, partly because of our subconscious. Our subconscious wants us to stay in the same life that we have, because it's safe, it keeps us. The whole purpose of your subconscious is to keep you alive, and therefore, if it starts to change its beliefs, if you have a new reality that opens up a lot of possible ways for you to die, and it's going to try to protect you and keep you in the same place, but we all know that's not true. If you earn more money, it does not mean that you will die, or show more health, or love, or whatever else. It's just your brain and your subconscious trying to trick you. You already understand that whenever you feel doubt about your manifestation, where it is, whether it is approaching, just realize that it is your subconscious trying to keep you where you are. If it were up to your subconscious mind, it would keep you in bed all day, or at least in the house all day, so that you wouldn't die. So don't listen to your subconscious, and if you want to manifest something in your life, anything, assume that it is here and now. Use the law of assumption to your advantage, assume that this will happen. I know when we say visualization you might think I'm waiting for something to happen, but that's not what it means. This means that you imagine how it is happening now, so you have no idea where you will live in the future as such. If you are visualizing a mansion, then you should visualize that you are in this mansion now. Therefore, when you close your eyes and sit in your sofa or your armchair, you should visualize that right now this mansion is around you. It's very easy with your eyes closed. And that's why the power of imagination and people who are able to imagine things easier than other people are going to manifest themselves also easier. So you have to assume that you have the life you want right now, literally this very second, and, my friend, it's so hard for a lot of people. We as a species are very focused on the past and the future, and this also applies to your subconscious. Because it wants to focus on the past, because it wants to make sure that in the future it will not repeat the same mistake that you may have made 20 years ago or even 20 days ago. Because it wants to make sure that it can think through all possible options. A scenario that can hurt you, don't let your subconscious control you, you are powerful and separated from your brain. Know that this is why you can observe your thoughts as they pass. Who is watching this? Ask yourself that we are more than these bodies. Life is magical. Look around. Life is magical. You can really get everything you want in this life. The evidence is there. Look at all the evidence of people who have shown everything they wanted in this life. There is so much evidence. But our subconscious is going to inspire us with doubts. Oh, they were lucky. Oh, it's just a coincidence. Come on, you know that. You know that there are no coincidences, and even if there were, look around and see how many people manifest their lives when they assume that this is so. Now there are people in their lives who know about the law of attraction and purposefully try to manifest what they want. Listen to their words and you will see that they assumed they had what they wanted. Not to be confused with visualizing the future and waiting for it to happen, you have to accept it now. Close your eyes. Think about your desire, imagine it in your head, but also feel it in your body. Also visualize your surroundings right now. The air hitting your hands is all in your new reality. Do this more often and ignore the reality you are in. And this is the perfect formula for the manifestation of your desires. So if you've come this far in the video, comment on your thoughts below. Subscribe and like if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.